Breaking news, we're looking live at a community in mourning and shock after one of the worst mass shootings in American history. Here's what we know. At around 9:30 this morning, a gunman walked into Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, and opened fire. Police say he killed 20 children, young children from 5 to 10 years old. The shootings took place in 2 rooms of one section of the school. He also killed at least 6 adults before killing himself. Police found the body of the suspect's mother at his home earlier in the day. A prayer vigil for the victims was held tonight at a church. It took place a mile away from Sandy Hook Elementary. Hundreds were in attendance. Earlier at the White House, another vigil was held, with people holding candles. But this gathering was for a call for more gun control. Many say this tragedy demands tougher legislation. Inside the White House, a visibly shaken President Obama offered these words about the mass killing.
For a dozen years here in the UK, he was a red-top newspaper editor, in the chair at both the News of the World and the Daily Mirror. Few were better placed to talk about the culture of the tabloid press. And very quickly he was tackled about phone hacking when he was an editor.
Was this a practice which was taking place within the Daily Mirror before 2004?
I do not believe so, no.
You don't believe so, or you're sure?
I don't believe so. To the best of my recollection, I do not believe so.
Piers Morgan was questioned about the jailing of the News of the World's former royal editor Clive Goodman in a magazine interview with the supermodel Naomi Campbell back in 2007. He said loads of newspaper journalists were doing it. Clive Goodman has been made the scapegoat for a very widespread practice.
You were making statements there which would suggest at least that you were basing yourself on personal knowledge, even if what other people might have told you. Wouldn't you agree?
No, I wouldn't agree.
But why did you say he was made the scapegoat for a very widespread practice?
Well, I would have thought that subsequent events have shown that he was made the scapegoat.
The former editor also wrote an article in the Daily Mail about Paul McCartney's troubled relationship with his former wife Heather Mills, in which Mr. Morgan appeared to have listened to a hacked phone message. At one stage, I was played a tape of a message Paul had left for Heather on her mobile phone, he said. It was heartbreaking. He sounded lonely, miserable and desperate, and even sang "We Can Work It Out" into the answer phone.
So you listened to all of that. Did you know that that was unethical?
Not unethical, no.
Why not?
It doesn't necessarily follow that listening to somebody speaking to somebody else is unethical.
The only person who would lawfully be able to listen to the message is the lady in question or somebody authorised on her behalf to listen to it. Isn't that right?
Possibly.
Well, I am perfectly happy to call Lady McCartney to give evidence as to whether she authorised you to listen to her voicemails.
But, as on his TV shows, Piers Morgan insisted on the last word.
This has gone how I thought it would, which is it becomes like almost like a rock star having an album brought out from his back catalogue of all his worst ever hits. And I do feel still very proud of a lot of the very good stuff that both the Mirror and the News of the World did in my tenure as editor.
In the end, Mr. Morgan's confident persona just about got him through his transatlantic evidence session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But it was an uncomfortable couple of hours for Britain's most famous ex-editor. David Bowden, Sky News.